Welcome back my channel. In the year 2015, the United States found itself in a time of transition and technological acceleration. Smartphones were already ubiquitous and cash was slowly starting to give way to digital transactions. Yet, despite the growing dominance of plastic and virtual money, coinage still played a daily role in American life. Pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters clinked in change jars, soda machines, and the pockets of millions of Americans. Among them was the humble 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel. But in the world of coin collectors, the 2015 D Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, would become more than just a piece of everyday currency. One specific specimen from this year would eventually draw attention for its pristine condition and unique characteristics, ultimately being valued at an incredible $48,000. The Jefferson nickel has a storied history in American coinage. Introduced in 1938, it replaced the Buffalo nickel and featured a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. The design has undergone various changes over the years, most notably during the Westward Journey series from 2004 to 2005. In 2006, a new forward-facing image of Jefferson was introduced, and that modern design remained in use through 2015. By the time 2015 rolled around, the United States Mint had long since established advanced production standards. Yet even with high-tech processes, errors still occasionally occurred, errors that would later become prized collectibles. The Denver Mint, located in Colorado, struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels that year. Most went into circulation and quickly showed signs of wear. However, a select few remained in pristine condition, and among those, some stood out for reasons beyond simple quality. One such standout 2015 D nickel was discovered by an astute collector who noticed its flawless strike, vibrant luster, and a near-perfect finish. It had never seen circulation and was stored in ideal conditions from the moment it was minted. Upon close inspection, the coin revealed an unusually strong strike, sharp details in Jefferson's portrait, and full steps on Monticello, a rare designation in the grading community that signifies exceptional die sharpness and striking precision. The coin was submitted for grading to one of the top numismatic certification organizations. When the results came back, the grading was exceptionally high, and MS-70, the highest grade possible for a mint state coin. But what made this coin even more remarkable was a subtle die error that added a unique twist to its story. A minor but distinct doubling of the date and the word Liberty gave the coin a uniqueness that set it apart from its peers. As word of the coin spread through collector circles and online forums, interest began to grow. What started as a curious discovery quickly evolved into a bidding war when the coin was listed at auction. Seasoned collectors recognized the coin's rarity, not just because of its grade, but because of the combination of features that made it virtually one of a kind. The combination of a flawless mint state, full steps designation, and a minor double die meant this 2015 D nickel wasn't just rare, it was extraordinary. As the auction progressed, bids began to climb. What might have sold for a modest sum under normal circumstances quickly surpassed expectations. The coin represented more than just a 5-cent piece, it was a symbol of perfection in minting, a hidden gem that had survived unscathed in a world where most coins are handled without a second thought. When the final gavel fell, the 2015 D nickel sold for an astonishing $48,000. To the untrained eye, the coin looked just like any other nickel. But in the world of numismatics, small details make a big difference. It's these subtleties, the texture of the metal, the crispness of the lines, the angle of a doubled letter, that transform everyday currency into coveted artifacts. The 2015 D nickel's journey from mint to market is a testament to the power of observation, patience, and a bit of luck. Today, collectors still search through rolls of coins, examine change from cash transactions, and visit coin shows in hopes of finding their own extraordinary specimen. The story of the 2015 D nickel, valued at $48,000, serves as both inspiration and proof that even the most common coins can carry immense value if they're in the right condition and possess the right traits. In a time when digital wallets dominate and cash grows increasingly scarce, coins like the 2015 D nickel remind us of the tangible history embedded in metal. They connect us to the past, reflect our national identity, and sometimes, just sometimes, transform into treasures beyond measure. In the quiet rhythm of everyday commerce in the United States, coins pass from hand to hand, often unnoticed. But every so often, a particular coin stands out, not for its face value, but for the rich story it carries and the exceptional circumstances that elevate it from ordinary to extraordinary. The 2017 P Jefferson nickel is one such coin. Born in a year that marked a special anniversary for the U.S. Mint, this humble 5-cent piece would grow to command the attention of collectors nationwide. with one exceptional specimen eventually fetching a staggering $38,000. The story of the 2017 P nickel is one of history, precision, and surprise. To understand the coin's significance, we must first consider the context of its minting. The year 2017 marked the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint, an institution founded in 1792 to create a national currency for the fledgling republic. To commemorate this historic milestone, the Mint made a subtle but noteworthy change to one of its coins. For the first time ever, it placed the letter P mint mark on a Jefferson nickel produced in Philadelphia. Prior to 2017, nickels from the Philadelphia Mint traditionally bore no mint mark. The 2017 inclusion of the P signified the Mint's birthday and introduced a new element into the landscape of American coinage. It was a small change, but for numismatists, those who study or collect currency, it was a big deal. The addition of the P turned a familiar coin into something fresh and meaningful. Collectors were suddenly more interested in their change, and 2017 nickels began to disappear from circulation as they were set aside for posterity. The Jefferson nickel itself has a distinguished lineage. Introduced in 1938, it replaced the beloved Buffalo nickel. Its original design featured Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. Over the decades, the nickel's design saw updates, including a forward-facing Jefferson portrait introduced in 2006, which was still in use in 2017. This modernized image brought new character to the coin while honoring its historical roots. The 2017 P nickel was struck in massive quantities. More than 1.1 billion coins were produced at the Philadelphia Mint that year. That sheer volume might suggest that no single coin could be considered rare or valuable. However, in the world of coin collecting, rarity is not defined solely by mintage numbers. Condition, errors, and unique traits can all elevate a coin's value dramatically. One particular 2017 P nickel stood out from the crowd. Discovered by a keen-eyed collector, it exhibited a flawless mint state, incredible detail, and what appeared to be an unusual die error. The coin was sent to a professional grading service where it received an exceptionally high grade, MS-70, and almost unattainable perfection for a coin meant for general circulation. Adding to its allure was a subtle die crack that ran near the rim of the coin, an imperfection that paradoxically increased its uniqueness and desirability. As word of this perfect 2017 P nickel spread, it quickly became a sensation in coin collecting circles. When it was placed up for auction, anticipation grew. Bidders recognized that this was not just a standard nickel with a mint mark, it was a symbol of minting history, a celebration of a 225-year legacy, and a marvel of numismatic quality. The coin story, a combination of modern minting, historic commemoration, and rare condition, resonated deeply with collectors. When the final bid was placed, the price had climbed to an astonishing $38,000. For a 5-cent piece that might otherwise have gone unnoticed in a cashier's till, it was an extraordinary leap in value. This sale became a benchmark moment for modern coin collectors, a reminder that treasures still exist in pocket change. The tale of the 2017 P nickel is not just about value, it's about awareness. It encourages people to pay closer attention to the details in their daily lives. Coins are more than just currency, they are miniature works of art, historical markers, and potential collectibles. Every so often, they carry with them stories that link us to the past, honor tradition, and offer the thrill of discovery. Today, collectors continue to scour their change and roll search in hopes of finding another flawless 2017 P nickel. Most won't come close to the rare gem that achieved a 5-figure sale, but the hunt is part of the passion. And for those who understand the intricacies of coin grading, minting history, and numismatic rarity, the 2017 P Jefferson nickel is a lasting symbol of how the smallest things can hold the greatest surprises. In 2022, while the world continued to adapt to the ripple effects of a global pandemic, inflation concerns, and shifting economic dynamics, the small, unassuming 5-cent coin continued to play its quiet role in the backdrop of American commerce. Among the many coins minted that year, the 2022 P Jefferson nickel would earn a special place in the hearts of collectors, thanks to a rare and pristine example that would eventually be valued at an impressive $24,500. This remarkable coin, seemingly ordinary at first glance, tells a deeper story of history, design, and discovery that connects generations of numismatists. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, its obverse bore the profile of Thomas Jefferson while the reverse showcased Monticello, his Virginia estate. Though the basic elements remained the same for decades, subtle redesigns and refinements were introduced over the years. By 2022, the coin featured a forward-facing Jefferson on the obverse, a style introduced in 2006 to modernize the iconic image and bring a fresh perspective to the classic coin. The 2022 P Jefferson nickel was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the small P mint mark placed just beside the portrait. With hundreds of millions minted for circulation, the average 2022 nickel would pass unnoticed through vending machines, parking meters, and change purses. Yet, in the world of coin collecting, it is often not the quantity but the quality, rarity, and historical nuance that elevate a coin's value. Among the massive output of 2022 nickels, one particular specimen emerged with near-mythic status. It was discovered in a sealed roll shortly after its release, untouched and perfectly preserved. Its condition was impeccable. Every line of Jefferson's hair, every detail of Monticello, and even the tiniest elements of the inscriptions were struck with unusual clarity. The coin exhibited full steps on Monticello, a hallmark of excellent striking precision, and a brilliant, satiny luster that reflected light evenly across its surface. The coin was submitted to a leading grading authority, where it received the highest possible mint state rating, MS 70. Such grades are rare, especially for coins meant for general circulation, and this instantly set the 2022 P nickel apart from its peers. But what truly made this coin a standout was an unexpected die variety. Upon close examination, experts discovered a subtle double die in the lettering, most notably in the word Liberty. This variety had not been widely reported, making it an exciting new discovery within the numismatic community. News of the coin spread through collector forums, social media, and numismatic publications. The coin was soon listed at a well-known auction house where it generated substantial buzz. Enthusiasts were drawn to its perfection, its die variety, and the freshness of its minting year. The rarity of finding a modern coin with so many exceptional qualities, especially one that had not yet even left its roll, made it a numismatic dream. As bidding intensified, it became clear that this was no ordinary nickel. Collectors recognized the historical context of the 2022 minting year, the significance of the Philadelphia Mint mark, and the near-impossible state of preservation. The final hammer price reached an astounding $24,500. For a 5-cent coin less than a year old, it was an extraordinary moment that demonstrated the ever-evolving nature of numismatics. This story reminds us that rare coins are not only relics of the distant past. They are still being made today, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered by a sharp eye and a passionate heart. The 2022 P nickel, valued at $24,500, proves that with patience, knowledge, and a bit of luck, even a freshly minted coin can become a modern treasure. And as collectors across the country continue to examine their change, the legend of this exceptional coin lives on, quietly inspiring the next great find.